Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Najwa. If you are new here, please do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe button, hit that bell so you know whenever I post a video. Let's talk about Lizzo and these allegations. I was trying to figure out the best time to do it, y'all. So I feel like a certain type of way about the situation, I guess, because I would be considered one of your curvy beauties. And Lizzo has definitely done a lot to sort of bring some of the thoughts that go through the minds of women who are on the curvier side or on the bigger side, who have that energy of the femme fatale inside of them, but society sometimes rejects what we define as beautiful. And so she definitely has done a lot to um, boost that confidence in women, you know, of all different sizes. But I can't say that I was a huge fan of Lizzo. So I think that's the bias that I have to this. But at the same time, I think it gives me a level of insight into this that I want to talk to you guys about. I just wanted to share my thoughts on the whole thing. I do really like her music. I just remember back in 2000 and I don't know, somewhere in the mid 2010s, you know, when that song about her, the video when she's like at the club. Oh, I broke my phone. Oh, where's my phone? Yeah, where the H is my phone. I feel like somebody sent me that and I saw that video and I just was like, oh my God. I feel like Lizzo was like a TikTok star before TikTok even existed. You know, it's like she just had those like, I don't know how to say it, those Gen Z, just cool chick, hipster, R&B, hip hop vibes before like TikTok was even a thing, you know? And I don't know, she just oozes cool. But I want to say this. I want to say this, and I want to get it off my chest. I just feel like in the midst of these allegations, and let me go ahead and give a trigger warning to say that I do not condone sexual abuse in any way or any type of thing like that. You know, sexual abuse is wrong to me, whether it's a woman, whether it's a man, whether it's a person who's fat, skinny, black, white, doesn't matter. You know, sexual abuse is wrong. With that being said, I feel like, you know, I talked a bit about this in my Russell Brand video. I feel like in society we've developed this thing where we really want to look at people and label them as only bad or only good, and it's running us into a lot of problems. It seems like technology and social media is in a way making us forget our humanity. You know, it's making us forget like human beings can be good, bad, and all the stops in between. It's not necessarily just I'm all good or I'm all bad. You know, it's like there can be a lot of different stuff. And sorry, I was looking at a text message. And I feel like that's what this day and age wants. This day and age wants everything in a sound bite in sort of like very trivial, simplified manner to just sort of roll with, you know. But it's like that's not human beings. Human beings are nuanced, and there's those various shades of gray, and we keep forgetting about that. So I talked a little bit about that in my Russell Brand video. If I've already posted that, but we'll talk about that too. But I think we need to remember that when we look at this Lizzo situation. You know, good people can do bad things, bad people can do good things. You know, it's like, don't just try to completely write someone off. Try to look at us as complex human beings, and sometimes human beings fail. Sometimes human beings need a helping hand. And I say this not even as a big fan of the woman, you know. The next thing I would say is that Hollywood culture, Western culture period, especially in the midst of Hollywood, in the midst of sort of even corporate America, and Hollywood does dip into that. I mean, agents, hello. And all the slew of people involved in that, you know, production, makeup artists, all of that stuff. It has a history of pitting black women against each other. And I'm not sure that black women are really aware of that. And I say this as someone who's worked in corporate spaces for like 10 years. And in recent years, I'm more mid to senior level status. And so I've run into a lot of egos. I've run into a lot of, you know, this exists on gossiping. If you ain't gonna get with it, then you out the door. I've seen a whole lot of that. And black women and brown women can also often be very, very oblivious to the fact that they're being pitted against each other. Literally, it'll come through forms of subtle gossip. It'll come through forms of, like, somebody sending flying monkeys, but it is almost all time, 9 times out of 10, an internalized misogyny thing, or it's like a subtle microaggression, subtle racism type thing to undermine you. I don't know what Lizzo's team looks like. I don't know if there's maybe a really pissed off makeup artist that's trying to get after her, but it could be a really pissed off makeup artist that kind of whispered in the ear of these women and said, "Oh, Lizzo, she thinks she's so fabulous. She thinks she's so good." And you would think that, people would not be like, especially women. I mean, we owe something to one another. Look at my video about women are like crabs in a bucket. We need to get out of this mentality because we're hurting each other, I remember the situation with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, and I almost kind of like lost my faith in humanity when, I made a video defending Amber Heard, and someone came in and said, well, I am a victim of abuse, and it's an absolute insult to all the lawyers and people who scrubbed all the lawyering videos to come to their conclusions. You hear making generalizations or something like that. And I was just like, is this the day and age that we're in? Is this the day and age that we're in? I mean, and I could, again, I don't want to minimize abuse, but sending pictures of a guy's, like a stripper's, sitting, okay, let me just put it like this. I remember, going to an art high school and everybody being extremely flamboyant, and, women sitting on each other's laps and tutus and boobs falling out, and, and some people, that was not their bag. They weren't into that type of behavior. They were much more conservative. Whereas other people think that stuff is funny. I remember going on my friend's bachelorette party, and we went to a strip club and we drank out of dildo straws. I have some friends who would find that abhorrent. I have some friends who would find that, to these standards, to be sexual abuse. So I don't want to minimize anyone's allegations, but I think that we need to look further into maybe there was also some varying personality types